I never thought it could happen to me, you know, getting scammed, even though it has happened to me on multiple occasions. There's a lot of scams across the internet that people have been falling victim to for a long time. Since the early days of the internet, you've heard of Nigerian princes handing out generous funds only for a small fee. And that fee is the scam part. But also a natural part of life. Fees, processing fees, etc. As technology progresses, new ways to scam people develop.
The Federal Trade Commission says more consumers than ever are falling for romance scammers.
And you have to make sure, as a consumer and person and human being and fellow erudite, you gotta make sure you know what the f is going on, man, so you don't get scammed, so you don't get rug pulled by Trump coin or Melania blitz.
Do not redeem! Do not redeem the card!
What?
Do not redeem the cards!
Yes, I'm
Do not
redeeming the
redeem
card.
the
I'm
card.
redeeming the cards.
No!
Okay.
No! No, no,
Yeah.
no, no! No!
There are so many ways to scam people, and many of those ways, most do not realize, are on very popular apps. Facebook, probably #1 for fucking getting scammed. Old people getting their accounts hacked. Message for message, sub for sub. Oh, Darla lost her account. Let me click the link to help her that goes to w.cs.ch.rubmaps. And then you get your account logged, you get spoofed or whatever, or, you know, you're a goober and one of your buddies makes you a game and you click on the link to play the game on Discord and then you get your, anyways, there's a lot of ways to get fucking scammed and it all involves communicating with other people. Have you ever heard of Tinder? There are so many Tinder scams, romance scams specifically. These scams on Tinder exploit the fundamental human need for emotional contact or physical contact, emotional stimulation, I guess. Physical stimulation, I don't know. But it targets folks' desire for love and connection.
Make a check for $250,000 and then make another $50,000 check. I sent money to China and Hong Kong at the end. And people say, how can you give money to a stranger? He wasn't a stranger at that point. I mean, the way they know how to hook you and psychological manipulation. You know, they know how to do what they do.
Just Tinder in general, in my opinion, is a scam. I think it's the ultimate dopamine roller coaster. I think that their algorithm is demonic and it serves Satan and not love, which is the opposite of Satan.
Okay, our first match of the day. Good astrology lie. Okay. Okay, she's typing. This is good RNG. She's a Leo. Let's consult the data sheet. Okay, Leo. Aries. Okay, that's what I am. That's it.
And then just beyond the Tinder scam in general, what the app is, you have to pay for things to even fucking find anyone who's good in any way. There are also evil people on the app who are doubly scamming you using fake profiles that are designed to gain trust and build emotional connections with people rapidly. They steal photos. People are me on Tinder all the time. There are people who are pretending to be me constantly because I'm a beautiful, successful, famous man. And more so, Christina. There's a lot of Christinas on Tinder, to be honest. Romance scammers present themselves to be charming, genuine, handsome, cute people. They match. Then the scammer initiates frequent, heartfelt messages, love bombing, declarations of affection. A royal decree, a declaration of affection. I love ye.
He just said things that I had not heard maybe ever or in a very, very long time. Said all the right things for sure.
He was perfect, a Prescott architect who was out of the country traveling for business, but headed back to Arizona soon.
They try to make the relationship feel intense and authentic and real. Also, the elaborate, crazy, over-the-top backstories are probably the most entertaining part of all of this.
The scammer told her he was in Japan buying a $2 million machine, but needed another 120 grand to ship it back to the States. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, he wrote. You might have to pinch me a couple times so I won't think I'm dreaming. When you're ready or free, let me know so I can send you the link for it. Donna replied, I'll be waiting.
They're just taking advantage of people's brains and the natural chemical and emotional responses to attraction, people being interested in you, you being interested in people. It's pure and simple exploitation from not even a financial way, but like a basal chemical primal just soup way, primordial soup. You know, an amino acid type way. Oxytocin creates a powerful bond that makes you do stupid shit. Then, as the romance scam relationships progress, subtle red flags begin to emerge. Scammers share fabricated personal struggles. You know, it's like, oh, I got business. I'm Brad Pitt and my money's falling. That's that recent story of that poor French woman who divorced her husband, took half his shit, and then gave it to Brad Pitt. My business is failing. I'm in so much debt. Help! Help! Just declare bankruptcy, Brad Pitt. You'll come back from it. You'll come back from it. Don't worry. The manipulation goes even further, with the scammers often positioning the victims as the scammer's only hope. You are my only hope. I'm completely reliant on you. Hugh. No one named Hugh am I reliant on. I'm completely reliant on you. I am isolated from a support network. Therefore, I should isolate you from your support network.
Soon, she was calling him on the phone. Her name was Rams, a lonely widow in Ghana. She said that her in-laws were mistreating her. She asked Rogers for help.
Probably 4 to 6 weeks before she asked about getting her power turned back on, which at the time to me seemed like a simple request.
It started with small amounts. In total, Rogers ended up sending $14,000, but Rams never existed.
And that's the key. You get people to deny that they are being scammed, because it's like, you can't recognize deception because you're not being deceived. You're on this guy. Everyone else is kind of, you know, Brad Pitt needs my help. Plus, cognitive biases like the sunk cost fallacy make people very reluctant to admit that they've been manipulated as a scam is ongoing.
The victims are susceptible to what is known as sunk cost fallacy. They will think, well, I've spent this much time and attention and maybe money already on this person who I believe I'm in a relationship with. I've invested all this already, so why don't I just spend that much more to try and get them to come and see me or to help them in their life?
Very well aware of that. Very well aware of that. Sunk cost fallacy. I'm years into this candy scam, and by God, that sunk cost fallacy is real as it gets. Just kidding. Go to sour.gg and buy some candy today. We have a brand new flavor. It is this one, I think. It is actually this one. It's fucking delicious. It's incredible. We've got Lil Guys, which are gummies. We've got sour strips, natural dyes, natural flavors. Everything's from natural sources. It's candy though still. All right, guys, it's still sugar. It's sour. It's sweet. It's delicious. Get some, give away some, have some with your friends, whatever. Go to sour.gg. It's fucking great. We make it ourselves. It's really cool. And it's like in an FDA approved facility, which is sick. Anyways, back to romance scams. They are very real, and it seems so dumb and so embarrassing from the outside looking in, but it does take advantage of a very primal need, primal attention that everyone has, every human being, unless you're a fucking psychopath or some kind of mentally deranged, deluded troglodyte or something who feels no emotional connection to any human being. Then maybe you'll be able to avoid it, but it does seem so dumb, but at the same time, there's a level of grace that needs to be given to these poor people, because I feel bad for them.
The Federal Trade Commission reports that romance scammers create fake profiles and target people through popular social media sites like Facebook or Instagram. They strike up a relationship with their target to build their trust. Then they make up a story and ask for money.
You know, after my husband passed away, I ended up by myself. You know, I live up here by myself. And, you know, I get lonely.
The average romance scam victim loses a substantial amount of money. Victims aged 18 to 29 lose on average $750, and cryptocurrency-related romance scams average $9,770 in losses. And that's after the big recent crypto boom. So it was probably like $750 before that.
If you tell him to ask his friends and family for help, he'd say,
I only have you, you're the only one, and, you know, which made me feel like responsible to get him home. And so I just continued to believe it.
All in all, she gave upwards of $40,000.
Why wouldn't you want to help someone with a frozen bank account, a travel emergency, or an investment opportunity that's promising a high reward? Shit, I'd trust him. Take my money, Chumley, from Pawn Stars. Look at this fraudster. Look at this guy. What a dick. This guy took out personal loans using information that he stole from women. How do you even do this? He's like an average looking guy. I feel so bad for these people. He's not even hot. He ain't even hot, dude. It's not even Harry Styles looking. You know what I'm saying? or whatever. Although he wasn't her usual type, he was a good listener and everything I needed at the time. Huge red flag. If a man is a good listener and emotionally available, chances are high you're in the middle of a romance scam. The red flags are directly in front of you. I left my bag on his dining table. He went in my bag and took pictures of my driving license and both my bank cards. So fucked up. What a piece of shit, dude. Unfortunately, these scams ruin people's lives on a pretty consistent basis.
The plan? Caleb would pay $600,000 and she would pay the remaining $70,000 plus an additional $8,700 for expenses.
Seemed like a perfect deal.
She and her son Raymond then packed up their things, sold their home in Georgia, and drove to North Carolina, hoping to start a new life. But when Raymond went to look at the house, it was clearly not for sale.
When I noticed that someone was still living in the house and knocked on the door, I automatically knew that it was a scam.
Many involved experience PTSD. I can't imagine ever trusting anyone ever again if you just get thrown for a loop that fucking much by someone who is your partner or someone who you're emotionally invested with. That's ridiculous.
Kathy says she'll never let her guard down again.
I'm sure he's laughing all the way to the bank, and whoever his next victim is, I just hope that they do not fall prey. Don't be gullible.
Some victims even describe the feeling like a death, which I mean, it's just complete and total erosion of trust, total emotional devastation, and then that compounded by financial losses. I can't imagine how bad it is. I can't imagine, but it's got to be bad. Am I right? Sorry. Sadness makes me weird. One thing I find interesting in all of this is the personas that the scammers employ, such as military personnel, a lot of military scams, because our veterans, we love our veterans, or professionals working abroad. Both of these things allow for elaborate narratives that, you know, like Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. He was always in some kind of story. He's the ultimate romance scammer. That guy, what a fucking piece of shit. You have to facilitate the sense of heroism, the sense of dedication, and give people an alibi for why you're absent. Well, it's because I'm fighting Wagner Group in Syria. Huh? You're doing what? Some of them are really dumb, and some of them are pretty sophisticated, and they maintain control over their victims.
In 2022, a young man living in Africa messaged her on LinkedIn asking for help. He shared an elaborate story about his family falling on hard times.
I felt empathy and sympathy, and I felt bad for him. And so this is what kept me going.
Consider right now, are the relationships that you're in real? Or are you being romance scammed? Let me know down below. Comment down below. All right, guys, be aware. Life goes on. If you're in a scam, life does go on. And if you're in a real relationship and that shit ends and it feels like it was a scam, life still goes on. And if you find out you are, report the scam. These scams often go underreported because of how shameful, embarrassing, and dumb they are. Family and friends can't even help. So genuinely, it has to come from you to figure out if these types of things are bad. But that is a very popular scam and a very popular, seemingly innocuous app. You know what I'm talking about? Now on to the WhatsApp gold scam. One of my favorite pieces of social engineering that has ever existed. I really like it. This is a persistent threat that has been lurking since 2016. Okay, it's so crazy. It's so insane. Lots of malware involved in this one and compromised data.
You aren't downloading WhatsApp Gold. WhatsApp Gold doesn't exist. What you're doing is downloading malware.
If you don't know what the scam is, it typically initiates with a seemingly innocuous chain of messages that circulate among WhatsApp users. The messages, they tantalize the recipients with the promise of a secret premium version of the popular messaging application that purportedly offers an array of technical advantages, such as video calling capabilities and novel, fun emojis. The allure of accessing this supposedly reserved content for a select few is resistible to many troglodytes. I mean normal people who are unsuspecting and do not deserve to be scammed. Sorry, I shouldn't have called them troglodytes. Malware moment, Snopes reported, in May 2016, several users of the messaging service WhatsApp reported that they had received an offer to download something called WhatsApp Gold. While the messages varied, they all claimed that users who downloaded the new premium service would get access to extra features, such as calling that. But they didn't actually, though. It gives you a spoofed website that steals your private information and immediately infects your device with fucking malware. you goober. Not only does it spoof and infect you with malware, that then causes you to send the same message, takes advantage of your personal network, your personal WhatsApp network. Hello, friend, I have not talked to in a while. Check out this new WhatsApp Gold. We can potentially video call on the app. Location. The victims then inadvertently become a vector for the dissemination, the insemination of a scam into your friends' butts. It's peer-to-peer, man. It's genius. It's P2P. I really, really, really like stuff that spreads virally like that. Just you can't stop it. It's gonna assimilate you and turn you against your own friends. And then you're like, how do you explain your way out of that? Dude, I'm sorry I infected your entire device with fucking malware because I'm a dumbass. Oh my God, it just takes advantage of it. It's so bad. And it is inarguable that the trustworthiness of a source is what leads to people increasing something's reach organically. So like you telling your friends about something you were earnestly, you love, like Halo. I've spread so much Halo, dude. I'm a straight up Halo outbreak monkey. I gave all my friends syphilis. I mean Halo knowledge. I wax poetic about Halo on a daily basis. But it's true. Lots of studies have shown this, that you are more likely to be able to spread disinformation and malware. You are more likely to be an effective victim of social engineering if you have a network of people who trust you around. Imagine if I got infected and I wasn't telling you all. Go to sour.gg. Just kidding. That's funny though. That's a funny joke though. I mentioned that the WhatsApp Gold scam started in 2016. Somehow, it still is a thing. It rears its ugly social engineering head. It's funny to me because WhatsApp says it's not real. Cybersecurity experts, it's not real. Official statements, it's not real. It does not exist. WhatsApp Gold does not exist. WhatsApp Plus does not exist. It's persistent. There's been periodic resurgences. Much like syphilis, 2017, 2019, each time adapted to current trends. The Surrey Police, a police department in the United Kingdom, said, if you get a message saying to upgrade to WhatsApp Gold, do not click on it as you'll be allowing a virus to be downloaded. Phone emoji, warning emoji. Ignore the message and delete it. WhatsApp do their updates automatically. Eye emoji, X emoji, woman holding WhatsApp stock image. Thank you. Thank you for cleaning up the streets, Surrey Police. The social engineering aspect is cool, the whole preying on people's trust, but the fucking zip bomb that you get when you succumb to the curiosity, you click on the link, you update your app, and then just devastating malware everywhere. Just you can't stop it. Stop. What do? Snap your phone in half? Your phone might be too stiff. You can't do that. So the malicious software infiltrates your device's framework, compromises your personal information, gets unauthorized access to all of your sensitive data, your notes, etc.
In the WhatsApp Gold scam, you get a message on WhatsApp saying, hey, you've been invited to this exclusive version of WhatsApp. You can upgrade to WhatsApp Gold, which is the type of WhatsApp that all the celebrities are using. Click this link to download this exclusive WhatsApp Gold. However, if you click the link, you aren't downloading WhatsApp Gold. WhatsApp Gold doesn't exist. What you're doing is downloading malware. You're downloading malicious software that will infect your device.
Then you become a victim of identity theft, fraud, unauthorized access to private communications, FAP. What is that thing that happened? The fappening. You are now, your penis is on the your butthole is on the fappening or whatever. What was that thing? What was that called? The fappening? Is that a thing or am I making that up? It was a massive data leak though. An iCloud data leak. A WhatsApp Gold data leak. Look at this. There's an official Twitter, guys. I'm gonna follow it. WhatsApp Gold. Thank you. Follow WhatsApp Gold latest version of feature update. Thank you, WhatsAppGold.org. So don't download WhatsApp Gold. And also, when you're donating to the Los Angeles City Fire Department, be careful what you're donating to because there's also a scam recently that was perpetrated there. 2025 started off pretty rough for the city of Los Angeles. It burned down to the ground in what is statistically the most destructive fire to ever have hit the city, which is terrible. When things like this happen, people come together, they pull money and they donate to charities, and money is what helps things. Specifically, the purpose is to help people who have lost everything. But unfortunately, there are scamming goobers out there who have taken advantage of people's generosity and turned this whole damn thing into a poop. companies. This scam began with the creation of a network of fake social media accounts that were designed to impersonate the Los Angeles Fire Department. There were fraudulent profiles sharing dramatic images of the wildfires like this. And once again, the emotional appeal for donations to help. Emotional appeals. Help us, we're the Los Angeles Fire Department, help! And they do need help, like actually, they really do. But not these people who are pretending to be them. These scammers mimicked the official Los Angeles Fire Department communication style, and they used, high quality, crazy images that seemed to be taken from the fire lines. Local news outlets even lent some credibility to the scam by reporting on the apparent surge of public support.
Here's what to know before making a donation. Make sure you're dealing with a trustworthy charity or organization. We'd always recommend that people do a quick search to see what others have experienced with a particular charity.
Through trustworthy websites such as give.org, you can search for charities that you can trust before deciding to donate online.
Hey man, anything viral is an excellent medium to scam people. That includes crisis. That includes monetizing crisis because you're evil. There was a fire in LA recently. Are you okay? These scammers even created fake websites that look just like the official Los Angeles Fire Department site. They had professional designs, legitimate donation portals, and then the actual real Los Angeles Police and Fire Department made a community alert that said, post-fire recovery scam warnings. False job solicitation scams, fake city, county, or federal employees, phone and text message scams, unsolicited in-person solicitations, unsolicited solicitations, gift cards, fraudulent donations. It's rampant, brother. This stupid bitch is apparently a well-known scammer, and she's trying to gain money on Twitter. I mean, how can these people exist? The worst part about all of this is as soon as scams get reported on, then the water's poisoned, right? Like, what am I even donating? Is it gonna be a fucking scam? Because you hear charity that isn't a scam is also a scam. Everything's a fucking scam. So like, why, brother? I'm just gonna use that money to buy me a Whopper from Big Mac Land or whatever, from Ronald. Or Whoppers are from Burger King, from the King. They pretended to be firefighters in dire need of support. They tugged at the heartstrings of the public, my friends. Very bad, very wrong. Badong. So you're unsafe. Even GoFundMe, Twitter, all these massive platforms rife with fucking scams. If you're gonna donate to a cause, make sure that it's real and verified. Now, how about Fiverr scams? You ever used Fiverr, guys? I love Fiverr. I actually got scammed on Fiverr by a 3D modeling artist who, right before the deadline, which was like $450 or something like that, the dude sent me a 3D model from Sketchfab that I could have bought myself. It's like had an open source license. And he's like, here is your deliverable. And I was like, this is bought from Sketchfab or Fab or whatever I don't know which one it was. Whatever the one of the platforms for downloading 3D models that are already pre-made. I was like, this is this. I've already seen this. I've actually sent this to people as reference. So like, you didn't make this. This is a scam. Unless you're this guy. I sent him the picture of the original author. And he was like, oh no, this is just one of my guys gave this to me. So I thought this was, so he immediately refused any responsibility. And I was like, well, you are obviously scamming me. So I want a refund right now. And I'm going to make a video about this, which I didn't say that, but I would have loved to if he kept pushing. He pushed a little bit and was like crying and begging. And then he was like, okay, I give you your money back. And I was like, yeah, thank you. Like, let's do it. And then he was like, no, just give me another chance. And I was like, no. And immediately reported it to Fiverr, got all my money back. That guy. Be careful. Make sure the model that you're being sent or anything that you're being sent doesn't already exist with a different license and isn't being stolen by fools, by liars, scammers, dumbasses, idiots. Fiverr's awesome though. I really like Fiverr. PewDiePie got canceled for using Fiverr. I don't actually know if any real humans use Fiverr. It seems like mostly YouTubers use Fiverr to make easy videos. If you are a real person using Fiverr, be very careful. It's very easy to fake reviews and make certain vendors seem legit or, actual professionals. If it's not reviewed by Fiverr certified, chances are pretty high it's probably not real. Maybe it is. I don't want to shit on people who are actually doing really good work, but I spoke to quite a few 3D people on there and they all seemed like there's no way that their reviews are as positive as they actually were. So scrutinize authenticity. Read the reviews. Do they seem real? Are the phrases used repetitive? Are there no negative reviews? Because if there's not, chances are pretty high It's not real. So the review scam is number one, and also the bait and switch pricing scam, which is what has happened to me multiple times. If you see something offered on Fiverr and you think to yourself, there's no way they'll be able to do that in that little bit of money. It's because they won't. They won't be able to do it in that little bit of money. They do a little bit and then they, walk the line. There's the introduction of hidden fees or more tasks are required, whatever. It's a trap. You need to communicate clearly about your deliverables upfront. The evil twin to this is the partial delivery scam. This is a tactic where freelancers will put out some kind of low quality shit just to meet a deadline. And then once the payment is processed, the seller may just ignore the revision requests or whatever, or refuse further communication because it's unreasonable, whatever. You put out the bare minimum product. Very common as well. Use Fiverr's dispute resolution system. That's what I did. And I eventually did pay the guy who fucked me over just because I felt bad. I felt kind of bad for him, which that's maybe that's my fault there. All that being said, there are a lot of very amazing creators. For example, the person who helped on the bags in the very beginning for Sour Boys was a Fiverr creator, an insanely talented graphical design artist. We've worked with a lot of packaging people from there. I got my lawyer from Fiverr. I didn't, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's not true. I have gotten some very cool stuff off of Fiverr and some excellent 3D modeling stuff as well. It's just be wary of who you're paying and how they're communicating to you, and read the reviews, be careful. This also extends beyond Fiverr. There's Upwork, there's a bunch of different freelance sites. You have to be careful. When you're directly communicating with someone who's gonna do work for you, there's a high chance that they're a piece of shit, all right? Which is unfortunate. That's just the way that it works. It's very easy to be taken advantage of. And platforms like Fiverr don't provide great initial protection for its users. Existing experienced users of the site have to warn new users of it with reviews. That's the point of reviews, but you can just review bomb something with positive reviews or whatever. Anyways, be careful, my friends. There's a lot of scams out there that I've fallen victim to, specifically the Fiverr one, but I knew what was up. I didn't go into it expecting it would be this insane thing for 75 bucks. It went to, if you want to make this a low poly, it costs more than high poly. Anyways, my friends, stay safe out there. Go watch some other content on my second channel, Oompaville, or go to the devlog channel, watch some C# Unity shit, game dev, making a video game. I'm a huge failure. Anyways, go to sour.gg, buy some candy as well. Weekly flavor drops. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.